The sun is leaning low against the wall. The shadows stretch and find a place to fall. I used to fear the silence in this room, but now it's like a flower in its bloom. A bitter scent of coffee getting cold. Another story left out in the gold. I found your letter in a dusty drawer. The words I thought I knew but need no more. We fought the waves to keep the ship afloat, but lost at sea inside a tattered code. It's funny how the time can heal the scar, but leave the ache of wondering where you are. It wasn't love that hurt, but letting go. The seeds we planted that will never grow. Like a song that ends before the final chord. Like a rusty key that fits no award. I'm breathing in the air you left behind. A gentle ghost, a peaceful state of mind. If I could call you back, what would I say? That sorry is a debt I cannot pay. No, I just sit and watch the river run and thank the stars for everything we've done. The beauty wasn't in the goal we sought, but in the quiet battles that we fought. It wasn't love that hurt, but letting go. The seeds we planted that will never grow. Like a song that ends before the final chord. Like a rusty key that fits no hollow word. I'm breathing in the air you left behind. A gentle ghost, a peaceful state of mind. The chair is empty, but the wood is warm. A silent shelter from the fading storm. It's alright now. It's alright now.
I am sitting on the edge of a faded season, watching the yellow leaves lose their reason to hold on to the branches that once called home, just like the words I buried in the cold black loam. There is a shadow stretching across the wooden floor, reaching for the light that does not live here anymore. I used to think the wind was calling out your name, but it is just the sound of a heart becoming tame.
The dust is settling on the old windowsill, making a map of the time that is standing still.
I found a gray hair in the mirror of my youth, a silver thread that tells the quiet, lonely truth. We were like smoke rising from a winter fire, burning so bright then climbing higher and higher, until the sky swallowed every spark we had, leaving only the ghost of a boy who is not sad. Is this the youth we traded for a piece of bread? Is this the dream we left beneath an unmade bed? It is not the parting that breaks the soul in two. It is the staying behind with nothing left to do. Longing is a train that never arrives at the gate, and sorrow is a gift we always open far too late. Walking alone on a road with no footprints left, counting the stars in a world that is feeling bereft. The street lamps flicker like a dying candlelight. Shadows are dancing with the cold and lonely night. I see my reflection in a puddle on the ground, searching for a face that can no longer be found. The coffee is bitter and the radio is playing low, singing about a place where the weary people go. I put on my coat and I walk into the rain, washing away the dust but keeping all the pain. Time is a river that only flows one single way, taking the gold and leaving only the stone and gray. I do not ask for the spring to return to my door, I only ask to remember what I was living for. An empty chair and a cup that is half full of air. silent weight of a name that I no longer share. Is this the youth we traded for a piece of bread? Is this the dream we left beneath an unmade bed? It is not the parting that breaks the soul in two. It is the staying behind with nothing left to do.
Longing is a train that never arrives at the gate, and sorrow is a gift we always open far too late.
Walking alone on a road with no footprints left, counting the stars in a world that is feeling bereft. The night is deep and the stars are very far, just like the person I used to think you are, fading away into a melody with no end. Goodbye, my youth. Goodbye, my only friend. Pure silence. Fading guitar echoes.
I'm watching the youth slip through my tired fingers, like the scent of dry grass that stubbornly lingers. We were once a summer fire burning wild and tall. Now we are just the shadows stretching on the wall. The station is empty and the clock has lost its hand. I am standing on the edge of a shifting desert sand, leaving behind the footprints that the wind will soon erase, looking for a ghost in every passing stranger's face. Do you remember the light on the old wooden floor, and the way we used to dream behind the heavy door? Now the door is open and the room is filled with blue. Everything is here but the only thing missing is you. Time is a river that took the gold and left the rust, turning every promise into a handful of white dust. I carry the heavy silence like a coat against the cold, singing a song that has grown far too tired and old. Is this the price we pay for the seasons we once stole? The lonely ache that lives inside the center of the soul. Love was not a destination, just a place where we once sat, watching the rain fall down on a lonely welcome mat. It is not the distance that makes the heart grow weak. It is the unspoken words that we were too afraid to speak, racing down the track where the stars begin to fade, living in the hollow of the choices that we made. The highway is a ribbon tied around the aching night, flickering and dying like a fading candlelight. I hear the echo of a laugh from 1,000 years ago, melting into the darkness where the weary spirits go. My youth was a letter that I never dared to mail, a tiny paper boat that was never meant to sail. Now I am just a passenger on a high-speed train, running from the memory in the shadows and the rain. If I could go back to the start of the winding road, would I choose to carry this heavy and bitter load? Or would I just sit still and watch the clouds roll by, thanking the universe for the vast and empty sky? There is beauty in the breaking and a rhythm in the pain, a quiet kind of healing in the falling of the rain. Is this the price we pay for the seasons we once stole? The lonely ache that lives inside the center of the soul. Love was not a destination, just a place where we once sat, watching the rain fall down on a lonely welcome mat. It is not the distance that makes the heart grow weak. It is the unspoken words that we were too afraid to speak, racing down the track where the stars begin to fade, living in the hollow of the choices that we made. The engine is screaming but the world is very still, like the at the end of the line. Everything is gone, but the dream is still mine. Fading out, fading out. Gone. I'm running on the tracks of a fading memory, chasing down the ghost of a restless century. From the beating heart of soul to the real sun, the race against the shadows has only just begun. I see my youth flickering in the high-tech wire, dancing like a spark in a global sacred fire. Velocity is the only truth that I can find, leaving every heavy sorrow 1,000 miles behind. Can you hear the guy jump snapping in the wind? How's your Curtis singing where the light begins to bend? Flamenco fire in a feverish high-speed chase, washing off the years from my tired and lonely face. Everything is blurring into one divine white line, waiting for the moment when the stars begin to align. Ignite the night on the velocity hybrid track, never slowing down and never looking back. From the east to the west, we are breaking every wall. The higher we fly, the harder we fall. Their speed is the only heaven I know. Through the fire and the winter snow, adrenaline is screaming in the center of the soul. Let the universal rhythm take total control. Bossa Nova whispers in a hyperdrive lane, cleansing all the grief in the heavy desert rain. P-Funk bass is hitting like a hammer on the floor, knocking on the light of a secret golden door. Ragamelli spinning in a digital dream, floating on the power of a silver laser beam. Quite a heavy rhythm, keeping every heart alive. This is what it feels like to finally survive. Silence is a luxury I can no longer afford, striking every string and every golden chord. The boy I used to be is a long lost friend, racing to the place where the horizons end. Faster than the light, faster than the pain, dancing in the rhythm of the falling rain. Ignite the night on the velocity hybrid track, never slowing down and never looking back. From the east to the west, we are breaking every wall. The higher we fly, the harder we fall. Speed is the only heaven I know. Through the fire and the winter snow, adrenaline is screaming in the center of the soul. Let the universal rhythm take total control. Fading to the light of the 2026 sun. The race is over, but the glory is won. Clean radio, finish at the highest peak. The sonic language is the only one we speak. Fading out, fading out. Gone. Shattered glass falling in a geometric pattern, passing the rings of a cold and lonely Saturn. Mercury is leaking from the broken dial, running through the static for 1,000 miles. I am a ghost in the high voltage system, counting the seconds but nobody will list them. The pulse is a needle hidden on the bone, ruling the kingdom of the silicon throne. Snap of the gauge and biting like a snake. How many promises are left for me to break? Oxycontin screaming in a vacuum of space, vanishing the features of my digital face. Everything is merging into one obsidian spark, igniting the atoms in the heart of the dark. Surrender to the rush of the absolute zero. No crown and no medal for the hollow hero. From the core to the edge, we are tearing the skin, where the echoes of the future finally begin. Velocity is the only god I obey. Burning the bridge of the yesterday. Adrenaline
2, 4.
Buzzing of a pulse in a cryogenic chamber, locking the memory in a piece of black amber. P-funk bass is a heavy magnetic force, guiding the arrow on a violent course. Rimming back and spinning in a hall of mirrors, erasing the traces of the ancient fears. No time for the shadows, and no time for the dust, with a blaze that will never gather us. Gravity is a weight I can no longer carry, crossing the line that the mortals fear to marry. Every single string is a high tension wire. Liquid nitrogen inside the holy fire. Faster than the thought, faster than the scream. Surrender to the rush of the absolute zero. No crown and no medal for the hollow hero. From the core to the edge, we are tearing the skin where the echoes of the future finally begin. Oh, velocity is the only god I obey. Oh, burning the bridge of the yesterday. Adrenaline is acid in the center of the mind, leaving the debris of the world far vanishing into the void of the deep machine. The final frequency is the only one I mean. No more signal, no more sound. Static. Cut.
I am hiding every letter in a box under the bed, trying not to hear the silver words that you once said. I am painting over shadows on the lonely kitchen wall, waiting for the autumn, but the leaves refuse to fall. Every morning is a struggle just to learn a new name, but the center of my spirit is a flickering flame, counting every second like a drop of heavy rain, hoping that the rushing wind will wash away the stain. I am walking through the market where we used to buy the fruit. Every single flower has a bitter cold root. I am wearing different colors just to feel a little new, but the sky is always screaming with a deep and hollow blue. It is funny how the silence is the loudest thing I know, like a secret garden where the heavy sorrows grow. I am burning all the candles just to burn away the ghosts, but I find you in the places that I miss the very most. Let us try to say it is finally the end, broken into pieces that we never learned to mend. Let us try to walk until the heartbeat starts to fade, living in the hollow of the choices that we made, moving with the fire that is burning in the vein, trying to outrun the very memory of the rain. But the more I run, the more I feel you in the bone, ruling every corner of this high and lonely throne. I am listening to the rhythm of a different kind of life, cutting through the memory like a dull and rusty knife. I am folding up the sweater that still carries how you smell, locking every vision in a deep and quiet well. Every face I see is just a mask up on the street. Everything is shifting but the cycle is complete. I am looking for a version of the man I used to be, before you were the ocean and before I was a sea. Time is just a circle that is spinning way too fast, turning every future into one long heavy past. Everything is shaking in the center of the storm, trying to remember how it felt to be so warm. Faster than the breath and faster than the heartbeat. Let us try to say it is finally the end, broken into pieces that we never learned to mend. Let us try to walk until the heartbeat starts to fade, living in the hollow of the choices that we made, moving with the fire that is burning in the vein, trying to outrun the very memory of the rain. But the more I run, the more I feel you in the bone, ruling every corner of this high and lonely throne. Left with nothing but the breathing of the night, turning off the memory like a dying candlelight. Your name is the only thing I keep, falling into shadows and falling into sleep. Just a whisper.